Good afternoon, everyone. This is a great day and a wonderful occasion for the university. We're delighted to be able to share this afternoon with you and introduce our new head coach for men's basketball, Mr. Mark Vanderslice. I hope you'll agree that USC-Aiken has made a wonderful choice to build on the accomplishments of Vince Alexander. I would like to acknowledge Mr. Vanderslice's family. They are here. His father, Scott Vanderslice. Stand on up. Let us give you a warm Mark's father-in-law and mother-in-law, Ray and Linda Colson. Stand on up. His brother-in-law, Chris Steele. Good friends of the family are here. Whitney and Brent Shade have joined us as well. So welcome to all the members of the family and friends. Recognize the commissioner of the Peach Belt Conference who has joined us today, Mr. Dave Brunk. Dave, thank you for coming out. Of course, our athletic department would not be as strong as it is, as nationally recognized as it is, if it were not for our board and committee members and friends from the community. We have various members of our Aiken County Commission on Higher Education here, our Aiken Partnership Board, our Inclusionary Advisory Council, and our Alumni Council. If you're on any of those boards and help to support the university through that board service, could you please raise your hand and let us thank you as well? There they are. Thank you for your ongoing support of this university. This is one of those speeches that's so easy to give because we're among people who support the university so loyally. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for coming out today. I'd like to recognize a group that made it all happen. Well, it all being the selection of Mark as our new coach. And that's the search committee. Search committee has a daunting task. The summer seemed short. We've had a short period of time to find just the right person. So I want to acknowledge the members of our search committee, the athletic search committee, for all of their hard work, their dedication, the many, many hours they put into vetting the applicants. We had over 150 qualified applicants for the position. So clearly we have a reputation that we're building upon, and I believe we have come up with a tremendous coach for our men's basketball team. So let me recognize that committee and their work and ask you to raise your hands, or it may be even better if we get you to stand up. Mr. Randy Warwick, our athletic director, he was co-chair of the committee. Mr. Tim Hall, the other co-chair. Tim, thank you. Angie Osborne. Aubrey Butler. Aubrey. Vanderslice. I saw Vanderslice. There he is. Father Cribb. Carla is our incoming Pacer Club president. Thank you so much. Billy Morris, our outgoing Pacer Club president and former men's basketball player. Let's give, we already did, but let's do it again en masse. Round. Now, the way a search works is the committee makes a recommendation to the chancellor, and the chancellor gets a chance to interview the candidates herself and make some decisions there. So I have to tell you, I was very happy to concur with the recommendations of our search committee to bring Coach Vanderslice to our community. When we sat down together in his interview, I was looking for some very specific things. Now, I expected him to talk about winning. I expected him to talk about being competitive and to go over his resume with me. I wasn't quite expecting him to go into detail about how happy his in-laws would be if I brought him here. But I was really listening very carefully for a couple of other things. I wanted a great work ethic because I know our student athletes put in a tremendous amount of effort. And so we want that matched in our coaching staff as well. I also listened carefully to how he spoke about his student athletes, ones he has worked with in the past, and how he planned to work with our student athletes here. Because I wanted to hear him reflect our institutional values, that we place the student athlete's safety and whole welfare first, always. Wanting to win, but above winning, is the welfare of our students. And as I listened to Mark speak about how he builds a sense of community and how he thinks of his athletic students as extensions of his family, I'm proud to say that he checked off my list every single thing I held dear for our coach. I believe we're very fortunate to find embodied in one individual everything that we value here at USC Aiken. Coach, welcome. I want you to notice that I am wearing the championship necklace, which I got from the year that we went to the Final Four. Instead of a ring, they had a necklace. I think this would make a great pendant if I had 4 of them. Just saying. And now I'm going to invite Randy to come up and say a few words about the athletic program, and of course to introduce the man you've all come to meet. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you, Dr. Jordan, for those comments about the search process, Coach Vanderslice, and the athletic department. You know it's going to be a good Pacer athletic year when you return 20 women's soccer players. You know it's going to be a good Pacer athletic year when one of your former golf standouts, Scott Brown, has a hole-in-one on the final day of a PGA tournament when he's paired with Tiger Woods, and our present team's preseason ranked number 3. You know it's going to be a good Pacer athletic year when the PBC Player of the Year and the Southeastern Player of the Year returns for her senior year in volleyball. You know it's going to be a good Pacer athletic year when the Peach Belt Conference Freshman of the Year returns in men's soccer, golf, and women's basketball. You know it's going to be a good Pacer year when the men's basketball team returns 8 players from last year. And you know it's going to be a good Pacer athletic year when you hire a new men's basketball coach with the credentials of Mark Vanderslice. The more that I'm around Coach Vanderslice, the more I am certain that USC Aiken made an excellent decision in our next head men's basketball coach. He is very energetic. He is in the office early. He stays late. His energy and enthusiasm are contagious. What you may not know is that he comes from a very good basketball family. In addition to Mark playing at Appalachian State, and is currently the head women's basketball coach at Fordham University, and he has an uncle that's in the Hall of Fame at Penn University as a former basketball player. So he comes from good stock. Since Coach Vanderslice is so new to Aiken, we wanted to have this event kind of as a meet and greet to give you an opportunity to meet him, to also give him an opportunity to put names and faces together. So I hope that those of you in the community will welcome him, get to know him, invite him to come out and and spend some time with you. I think you'll really enjoy it. Speaking of Coach Vanderslice, he played basketball at UNC Asheville and was the basketball operations, head basketball operations there. In 2002, he became the assistant coach at Heidelberg University. Coach Vanderslice also served as an assistant coach at Toledo and then spent 2 years at Furman University, right up the road from us. From there, he left to become the head men's basketball coach at Lewisburg College. While at Lewisburg, he was a 3-time District 15 Coach of the Year. He led Lewisburg to 5 straight regular season championships and 3 straight tournament championships. During the 2010-11 season, he coached the squad to a 21-0 mark during the conference portion of the schedule and coached his first All-American. He helped Lewisburg to a school record 35-win season in 2012 and 13, and the team was ranked number 1 in the national polls. And he led Lewisburg to an overall 152-20 record, including a 94-11 conference mark. That's quite impressive. And he led Lewisburg to a top 8 finish in the final national poll all 5 years that he was at Lewisburg. So quite an accomplishment. At this time, I'd like to call Coach Vanderslice forward to make some remarks.
As Coach Warwick is up here talking about me and introducing me, really the first word, the only word that comes to my mind is, wow. I mean, I'm looking out here and I'm like, really? What? This many supporters? Honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if we were going to have 10 people here, just my family here, or this many people here. And this is unbelievable. And the amount of support that I can see here is going to transcend over into the arena. And I appreciate you guys being here. I really do. Thank you very, very much. Honestly, when Coach Ward gave me the nod to be the next men's basketball coach here, I was probably the most excited person alive. Honestly. But for about 1 minute. 1 minute, I was the most ecstatically excited person alive. I got off the phone with Coach Ward. He offered me the job. I immediately called my wife up, told her about the job, and I became the second most excited person alive. Still got the ringing in my ear from her yelling. No doctor's appointment necessary, but she's the light of my life. She's from South Carolina. She's a native, and her family is here in Columbia. She grew up in this area. So unfortunately she's not able to be here today just because she's taking care of our 10-month-old daughter back in Lewisburg. So she really wanted to be here, but she couldn't. So we're really, really excited about starting our family here with the Pacer family, and can't wait to roll our sleeves up and get started. I want to first thank Dr. Jordan, our chancellor, Coach Warwick, our athletic director, for giving me this unbelievable opportunity. I kind of get goosebumps even thinking about it. They're entrusting me with the responsibility of mentoring all the young men a part of this program. And that's something that I take really, really serious. That's something that's highly important, and I want to make sure that that's something that carries over in the momentum that we create over the course of however long. So I really want to tell you guys thank you very much. I want to thank my family, my friends for being here. My parents, my dad's here. They're my heroes. They're the biggest supporters I know, the biggest supporters I have. To my in-laws, who you guys don't know, some of you do, that I got to talk to already, but I'm commuting currently from Columbia to Aiken. Okay, it's the north side. It's about an hour, 15 minutes, but they've been great. They've let me stay with them for the past month until we find our house in Aiken, and they've bared with me, raiding their fridge, taking their remotes, taking up their space. I know that's tough, but I want to thank you guys as well for coming here. He probably doesn't know him to give a shout out, but my best friend, Brent Shade. Where you at, Brent? That's my man right there. He is just like family to me. He's showing up. He's a big supporter, and there's nothing like having great friends to be there during the highs and the lows of your career. I also want to thank everybody here. Everybody here is invested. Everybody here has a little bit of ownership. Everybody here cares, and that's the reason why you're here. So I want to make a point of telling you guys thank you as well. To the bread and the butter, to the backbone of the program, to the players, I want to tell these guys thanks as well. We've only been able to interact for the last 2 weeks, but I can already tell that things are going great. Their work ethic is at a premium, and I look forward to the successes that we build in the future years. So I want to tell those guys thank you as well. More importantly than anything else, I want to thank the big man upstairs, the Lord, for allowing me to stand here in front of you guys, to allow me to fulfill my dreams and goals of helping the players fulfill their dreams and goals. Because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Before I move forward, I want to introduce my staff so everybody gets a chance to know what we're about and who we are. One assistant right here, Jacob Gollin, if you could raise your hand for a second. Coach Gollin comes to us from Wisconsin. He played at Mercer University. He was, as many of you guys know, Mercer ended up beating Duke in the first round of the NCAA tournament a couple of years ago. Anybody that's a Mercer fan, you might want to thank him. He did a great job. He was one of the biggest reasons for that. But he ended up moving on from Mercer, going to Wisconsin-Stevens Point. He won a Division III national championship, and I don't care what level you're at. If you're winning a national championship, you're doing something right. So he comes from good stock and good pedigree. To my other assistant, Trevor Welcher. Trevor comes from North Augusta. He's from the Aiken area. He ended up playing at Delaware State. He started there, had a great career, has come back down to the Augusta area, and we really want to build into relationships in the Aiken and North Augusta area, and I think he's going to do a great job of helping us with that transition. So, a little bit about me. I've been here for about a month now, okay? And I can't even begin to tell you the expectations that have been exceeded from the community, from the school, from the city. It's been unbelievable. I mean, literally the first 2 days on the job, I couldn't get any work done because so many people were coming out of their cars in their parking lot to shake my hand and say congratulations. About the best problem I've had in a long time, okay? It was an outstanding thing. And so the community has embraced me with open arms. The administration here, the staff here, have done an excellent job of answering so many of my monotonous questions that I've asked over and over. I came the first weekend, and I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm going to get a lot done on the Saturday and Sunday. I couldn't remember the copy machine code. I didn't know the email address. I didn't know how to check for it. I mean, I was lost. I said, well, I need some administration staff to here help me. So I want to thank those guys as well. But the city of Aiken has been superb. The school has been outstanding, and I couldn't be more blessed to be here, to be a part of that. The first day on the job has been excellent. I've been moving forward since then, getting a chance to know the school and the people. But after the first 2 weeks, I was able to interact with a team, with the players, and have our first team meeting, which is one of the most important things for any college coach, any coach at any level for that matter. Your first impression goes the longest way. You know, it carries the most weight, whether it's here, whether it's in the community, whether it's with your team. And so I knew that first day that we met as a team was going to be extremely important. And we wanted to set the tone. We wanted to build the culture. And we wanted to separate ourselves as a program, as a team, not from just the teams in our conference, but from all the teams in the nation. Because we're not looking to just be conference champs. We're looking to eventually, if not this year, be national champs. That's our goal every year. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not afraid of it. I love the challenge, and that's what we're going to embrace. And the one thing that we're going to do to separate ourselves is to build a culture. That's one of the biggest things any program can do. For us, it's family, it's discipline, and it's work ethic. And those are the three things that we're going to hold our hat on. Those are the three things that everybody knows is not going to be compromised. Every single day, we're going to build good habits. We're going to be consistent habits. We're going to develop those habits. That's going to be huge for us. That culture, family, discipline, and work ethic. You know, the guys probably are tired of hearing me say it, okay? But I think being a broken record shows a level of emphasis. We have a motto in our locker room, and it's called make somebody better. Okay? Make somebody better. That's our motto. Because I might not know much, but I do know one thing. And there is no such thing as a self-made man. I can promise you that. I know that. Self-made man, no such thing. I'm not standing up here in front of you guys if it wasn't for my family, if it wasn't for my friends, if it wasn't for people to help me go through the tough times. And I can guarantee you, I think everybody in here will attest to the fact that you're not sitting here playing a sport that you play, the occupation that you have, whatever the case may be, without somebody helping you guys along the way as well. And that's a part of life. And I want to make sure that we make that transition and that dedication over onto the basketball court and into our locker room, and make sure that's something that's highly, highly important, because no one can do it alone. And it certainly isn't going to happen here. But the most important thing is not to be that guy that somebody's always pushing along, but to be that guy that's pushing everybody else along. And that's what we want to instill right from the beginning. And I believe it'll take place. From a basketball standpoint, I know a lot of you guys might be curious. Hey, what style of basketball is he going to bring? Okay, what's he going to do? Well, I can tell you, I'm not gonna branch off from the success that we've been able to create in years past. We're gonna do the same things. We're gonna tinker and adjust according to our personnel from time to time, but the principles are gonna stay the same. Guys, we are gonna rebound. Listen up, guys in the back. We are gonna rebound. We are gonna run. And you love that until you get tired. I know how that goes. We're gonna run offensively and defensively. And we are going to play unbelievable defense. Okay? We averaged 90 to 91 points a game over the course of 5 years at Lewisburg, and it wasn't because we were running gunners. It wasn't because we just couldn't wait to get out and play in transition. It was because we dedicated ourselves to the defensive end, because that was what ultimately wins championships. Okay? We want to create extra opportunities, rebounding-wise. We want to create turnovers. We want to put ourselves in a position to get moving forward and to score those buckets that we love to do in the middle of the game. I'm not an old school guy, okay? I like the alley-oops, okay? I'm not all about the extra dribbles, no, none of that stuff. But I love to get out and have fun. And when the guys are having fun, I'm having fun. And ultimately, when we're winning, I can sleep at night. So that's important. But all of those things are going to be meshed up with the effort that we talk about every single day, about giving 100% mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, everything that you can think of, because at the end of the day, when we step foot on what I call the 94 feet of sacred ground, okay, you don't have a bad day, because you got a lot of people counting on you. And if I'm going to expect that out of myself, I certainly am going to expect that out of the players. That's our motto, and that's what we're going to do. Well, Coach, yeah, that's great. You know, you got a culture built. You know, I know what style you're going to run. What are the results? You know, what's your goals? You know, everybody needs goals, short term and long term. I don't care who you are, where you're at. And I'm going to make it simple for you. Okay, our goals here. Make it in one sentence. Okay, we're looking to win championships the right way with the right kids right now. That's what we're looking to do. We're not looking to wait till tomorrow. Okay, we're looking to accomplish feats right away. I want to make sure that when we're playing, when we're conducting ourselves off the court, I want other teams to look up at us and say, that's the benchmark. That's what we're trying to achieve. That's who we want to be like is USC Aiken. And if we can get to that level, which we will, okay, we're going to do something special. And again, that's a little bit about me, the culture, our identity, and our vision that we're looking to do and move forward with. But I appreciate you guys reaching out, coming out here, you know, shaking my hand, being a part of the program and supporting us. I can't tell you enough. I have the goosebumps up here thinking about all the support that's in this area. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So I appreciate it, and I thank you very much. I want to open it up to any questions. If anybody's got any questions, fire away. Hopefully I've answered a lot of your questions at this point, but I'm all ears. Answered a lot of questions. Yes, sir.
How about introducing the players?
Introducing the players. Okay. I better be good on phonics with the last names. Okay. Well, I'm going to start visually. Let's go. Yeah, come on up, guys. Come on up, guys. Great question, by the way. All right, you got it. doubled up. Well, let's start over here. We've got Kyle Buffkin right here. Kyle Buffkin, he's a transfer from Coastal Carolina, and good friend of mine is Benny Moss, who's the associate head coach at Coastal Carolina, and he says, man, you got a champ out of Kyle. So this is Kyle Buffkin. We got Jordan Foster right here. Jordan has been outstanding for us in the 2 weeks that I've been a part of the program with these guys. Seeing his leadership skills has been outstanding. So this is Jordan. Sharpshooter Andrew Glover. That better not be the only thing he does this year, though. Okay. But Andrew comes from Hargrave. Okay, a good friend of mine is A.W. Hamilton at Hargrave. So he's told me a lot of great things about Andrew as well. Glenn Campbell. I'm sorry? Oh yeah, I learned this on YouTube, the Rhinestone Cowboy, right? I didn't know anything about it until I was YouTubing. He doesn't even know. Like, Rhinestone Cowboy. School started on a Thursday. Orientation was on a Monday. He committed the Friday before the orientation. So 11th hour doesn't even cut it. He's from Raleigh. He's doing a great job. Tavares Sledge. No, I'm just kidding. Tavares, I've gotten to know Tavares pretty well. He was in summer school when I first got the job, and him and Aubrey embraced me with open arms right from the beginning. He's a senior for us, and I look for big things out of Tavares. You guys didn't get a chance to see him play last year, so he's going to make his presence known right from the beginning. Gavin Stephenson, right here. Okay, I'm going to say something that's totally impromptu. I had no idea I was going to talk about it, but Gavin, guys, remember when we had the search committee and you guys were all in there, players were asking me questions, okay? Gavin was on speakerphone from, where you from again? Maryland. And he asked me like 10 questions, like for 20 minutes. I love to answer them, but I said, wow, I'll say this is a student of the game right here. He wanted to make sure that the coach that came in did well. So Gavin's going to be a great job. He's done a good job so far. Thanks, Gavin. Javon Patton. He's our power forward junior. No. He's from North Carolina. Well, actually, he would say South Carolina, right? He's on the border. He's from Charlotte. Okay. Glenn committed on Thursday, right here. Thursday. He's a junior college transfer. He played at Loyola College, and we're looking for big things out of him as well. Keith Belfield. Keith. Where do I begin? We've run into each other on the trail somewhere or something. How old are you? 32? No, that's AB. That's AB. Keith played at Furman, and so I knew a little bit about Keith coming in. One of my good friends recruited Keith out of high school, and he just said, "Wow, you got a champ." I mean, this guy is something else, and you're going to absolutely love it. He embodies everything that you need from a championship player, and that's what we're expecting out of him. So this is Keith. Trey Miller. Okay, the first time I was corrected by anybody was Trey when I talked to him for the first time. I said, "Trey, man, it's great to get a chance to talk to Coach. Trigger. I'm Trigger." So I've learned right away what his nickname is. I'll try not to make that mistake anymore. So this is Trey Miller right here. Butler. Transfer transfer from Wichita State. He got a chance to play. He played here, I believe, the second semester last year. Did an unbelievable job. Let me see hands right quick. This is 2 block shots a game, and this is another 2 block shots a game. Wait, hold on. And this is 1 charge a game right here. You better be drawing charges. He better be drawing charges if he wants to play for me. All right? But this is Aubrey Butler. Hendricks, Emu. I hope I don't speak out of turn, but I think he's the only one, am I correct when saying, on the Final Four team that's standing up here? Okay, so he was on the Final Four team, so we're going to really be looking for Hendricks' leadership skills. He knows what it takes to win at a high level, and that's highly important to be a part of, is to know what it takes to win and to carry that over with other players and other staff, because ultimately at the end of the day, these guys aren't necessarily just learning from me, I'm learning from these guys just as much. So, Hendricks, Emu. David Belfield. David comes from Charlotte. He's a sophomore. He's done a great job. He is the most vocal guy on the court. Okay, and I love it. Okay, I always told the guys at the junior college I was at before that for some reason people thought that if you were loud it was uncool. Like having energy was uncool. I told them, I said, listen, if winning is uncool, man, I don't know what to do, because I'm all about being uncool if we're going to be loud and be vocal and instill that positive energy. And my man David Belfield has done an unbelievable job up to this point. So, David. This is our student assistants, John and Alex. All right, John and Alex have started up a challenge, okay? My aunt is the head women's coach at Fordham, and the student assistants at Fordham have put on a YouTube clip, 2.5, 3-minute highlight film that said they were the best student assistants in the country. And these 2 guys came to me the first day and said, we are the best student assistants in the country. We're going to look forward to a YouTube clip by the end of the year promoting Pacer Athletics right here. Well, let me tell you something. One thing I know is that Jimmy's and Joe's beat X's and O's. Okay? Remember that. Jimmy's and Joe's beat X's and O's. I don't care how good a coach I am, Coach Gollan, Coach Welcher. These guys are the backbone of this program right here. Yeah. They have been, they always will be, and if any success takes place in the future, don't look at me, look at us. You can find it right here in this room right now. And this is your USC Aiken basketball team right here. I promise you, if there is another question, it will not be answered that long. So I'm going to keep it to a minute. If anybody else has any questions, but please fire away if you do. Any questions at all for any of us? All right. Well, I'll let Coach Ward with it. The first game is going to be November 13th against an Elite 8 opponent from last year, Mount Olive. So we're going to have our test right from the beginning. We got no time. We got no time to waste. It's a neutral game. It's on the road. Yep. It's the Barton's tip-off tournament.
Anything else?
Thank you very much.
I would like to kind of end this by thanking everyone again for being here today. I think after you listen to Coach Vanderslice speak, hopefully everybody will agree USC Aiken made a great decision, because I certainly think so. The more time I spend around it, the better. Again, thank you for coming. The basketball team and Coach Vanderslice and his staff will be here for the next few minutes. If you'd like to socialize a few minutes, please do that. Come up and say hi to them, and we look forward to seeing you at another event soon. Thank you.